If you are using a CLI-based agent like Claude, Codex, or Gemini, especially across more than one project or machine, you probably noticed it gets surprisingly hard to keep track of what's running where, what agent already did, and to jump back into a task you were working on earlier. There is another limitation is that you don't always have access to the agent at the time you have some new idea or need to perform some task like restarting a server. The result is that you waste a lot of time logging in and reconstructing what happened instead of making progress. At least that's the problem I kept running into. So I started working on this open source project to help organize and control this agent from a single space. If you are not familiar with CLI-based agent, I really recommend that you check them up. Think of them as a long-running assistants that, like ChatGPT, that live in a folder on your computer. You give them instruction, and they read the files, can edit them, run command, install stuff as they need, and report the results back. In this video, I'll show you how I use this project since I really use it heavily in my own workflow. I think it should be helpful to you as well. I'll briefly explain how it works so you can understand the overall concept. Then I'll show you how to set it up and walk you through some example. So normally with something like Cloud Code, you just type Claude in the terminal in the place you want to your agent to have access to, and you just interact with it through the user interface. What people mostly don't less use is you can add a minus prompt flag, -p flag, and just input some text, and it will perform whatever you tell it without going through the Claude interface itself. So essentially, this project just run a loop on such command with some more agent instruction. So it will read the previous messages and at the end send the messages back to the website. And this is how you can control it. You can also do it the same for the other coding agent, whether it's Codex or the other options, Gemini, and etc. You also from the website you can control what access it has, what model to use. Yeah. So setting this up is relatively simple. You just log in with Gmail or whatever account you want. After that, by the way, it's hosted. You can host it locally yourself, but I host it at jetmcp.space. If you want to use it, you can use it as well. All the messages are encrypted, so nobody can read them. You will soon see how this works. But once you log in, you just copy the setup script and put it in the directory you want to run the agent from. It will request the API key. We'll just take it from the setting page. And we let it. So what happened now is it's created a new file, the agent CLI .sh, and when you run it, it will start the setup process. At the first time, you will be asked if you would like to create some local newsfeed. What this does is just add some MD files for other agents. For example, if you don't use this interface to connect with your agent, it will still send the messages back to the dashboard of this website. But so I set it up. You can see it just created some instruction files, agents and Claude and Gemini MD. But now let's create a new agent. You can give it some name, whatever you like. Give it a password. This password is only saved locally and locally on the browser. It won't be saved on the server, so it can't read your messages. Then you select what agent options will be available from the website interface. What permission you would like to be able to select in the web interface. Now I just give it all the permission as possible, and from what directory this agent will start. Once that's done, you can start the agent. And you should quickly see a new agent pop up.
New agent has joined the council. New agent sent a message.
Okay, now we send it our first message, and we can interact with it through there.
Update from new agent.
For now, let's just go to this folder. You can see those are the files that were created. What's new is the chatmcp chat space folder, which has the command to send messages to this interface. Yes, so let's now just create some file. Let's just add milk, let's say, for the example. Okay, so now let's ask the question, the agent the question. Now you can turn this off or whatever you want. If it's running in a remote server, it doesn't really matter. As long as the loop keep running, you can do your thing and just send it a message when you want, and you have access to the folder. And we can say, what should I buy, and add eggs, for example. Let's just use Codex, for example, the default, give it whatever permission it wants, and just send it. It should, when there is double V, it's
update from new agent
message, and you have here the command that it's about to execute without the prompt itself, as it's maybe quite long, but this is the permission it will have to run the message, the agent. And when it's done, it will return the result.
Update from new agent.
And you have a voice notification. You can read the messages itself if you press this button.
Received message, about to run, Codex exec.
You have a lot of options to hide some of them as the context.
Local news, chat_example, send a message. Local news, chat_example, send a message.
Okay, so this is the local news will always get a messages no matter where you started the agent from. For example, if it's not in the loop, you can just interact with Claude regularly.
New agent sent a message from new agent.
And even the Claude without this loop, it will also send messages to this local news. So this is how you can keep track of what happened and control it to come back to what you were doing before very quickly. Okay, so now we have the new message, and it told us you should buy milk and eggs. I added eggs to the list. Okay, now if we open the file, it should have eggs as well. As you can see, we have eggs as well. Obviously, it's worked with a large folder with many code files and a complex project. I use it, for example, on my Obsidian node folder. I use Obsidian to take notes, and I can just ask to search for information and retrieve some information or to edit notes. It's really helpful. And yes, also because it can run commands, it can restart even a server or other important dataset experiment. So it can run experiment, send the weights and bias link. It's very helpful to control in such a simple way. Yeah, so I think it's an open source. If you want to use it, I will greatly appreciate if you send some feedback so we know how to improve it, or if something wrong, we can fix it. Yeah, so you can check it out at chatmcp.space, and good luck.